Today's video, guys, we're just gonna have some fun. I wanna show you my 5 favorite glute exercises. These are the exercises, you guys, that I've been doing as a staple for years. My methodology of training haven't really changed. My intensity, my intentions did change when I met this guy right here, who changed my life. So we're gonna start off with a abduction machine. I love all of our abduction machine. We have plenty here. This one's a gluteator. I haven't been home for a week now, so obviously I'm gonna jump right into this one. I love to warm up with this one. Go with volume on your abduction rather than try to lift heavy. And even hypertrophy, to be honest, like 15 is a pretty low amount of reps. I would go between anywhere from 15 to like 50.
And remember, this has 3 different settings. One close, one in the middle, and then one all the way open. So if you guys have this machine, play with it.
So I would say the first recommendation when you're on a machine like this, you want to try to stay locked in as much as you can and have nothing on your body moving. So I am grabbing myself and literally pushing myself down in the seat and just going through the motion where the machine goes, basically. There's a lot of things that can help you guys to set yourself into a machine. Obviously the machine, they do their best to standardize, you know, the regular body. I'm taller, so most of the time the machine does work really well for me and the adjustments are just as easy. But for my shorter girls out there, you can use a bunch of things like steppers. You can use, you know, that foam and put it in the back, you know, of your seat, and that way you're more forward, and that belt really like sets you in and lock you in the seat, because you don't want to move forward while you're doing abduction necessarily, unless you have like a hyperextension motion like you saw in the previous video that Aldo loves doing. But other than that, in those machines, just try to stay locked in as much as you can. Okay, so exercises number 2, the squats. Any type of squat, hack squat, pendulum squat. No, pendulum isn't really created equal, but any squat motion, have that into your workout. Your second exercise, when you have your energy, if it's a third one, then you have your peak of energy. Wherever you think you're the strongest at, mentally, physically, just go right into your squat. That's where the money is at. So today, for this purpose of this video, I'm gonna use the Smith machine because it's pretty much what everybody do have. You know, alternate with any type of grips that you feel like. Right now, I really enjoy the Searcher squat because it takes the load off my spine. You can do either like goblet squat, but for this purpose today, the Smith machine squat, it has been in my workouts, guys, for like literally the last 10 years of my life. So I'm gonna put some weight on. If you guys start your squat, I recommend to do a warm-up set just to figure out your strength of the day. You know, as women and female, but males too sometimes. Your sleep is off, your hormones are wrecked, you don't know what's going on. Your load from last week might not be the load from this week. So I'm evaluating that. I know that 25 on each side normally how it feels. So I'm gonna start with that, do a couple reps, anywhere between 10 and 20, and then we're gonna start our working sets from there. So here I'm gonna stand in a stance, I wanna say like right underneath my armpits. Honestly, you have to figure out what works for your body, right? So I think my foot right, you know, where my knee is at right now, like kind of locked in, I have my heels aligned. You can put them more backwards if you want and hinge a little bit more. If you want, you can bring them more forward. I do these forward quite a lot because it works more on my hip flexors and the upper part of my quads as well, which is something that I want to, you know, work on. But try to find what feels the most ergonomic for you. There's no right or wrong. When you come down on your squat, try to let your knees come a little bit forward. Sometimes if you have like different body structure, like your knees are gonna come, you know, past your toes. That's just a myth, right? So try to keep your knees, you know, obviously out, not letting them in. more out, I try to have my knees following where my toes is at. Sit right before your back kind of winks like that, your lower back. So you want to sit like right before it. So for me, that's where it's at. This is the hardest part of the squat. I can't believe I can talk right now. So I'm gonna actually contract from here, load the contraction, and just in a concentric part, just lead that all the way to the top. I'm not releasing anything, I'm not resting, I'm not squeezing up. I'm just staying right, locked into that position, and go back down right before the butt wink. And from here, contract and up, concentric. All right, you guys, third exercise, the hip thrust, the barbell hip thrust. So again, we have the barbell hip thrust, we do have the nudges drive, we have the booty builder, a lot of machines out there. To me, nothing beats a good free barbell hip thrust, however you want to call it. I also do love hip bridges. Hip bridges, the difference between the hip thrust and hip bridges are actually on the floor, so your whole back is on the ground, and the motion, the range of motion is just a little bit shorter. I do feel it more in my upper glute, so I would do these at least once a week, and then once, like another day of the week during my 3 workouts a week, I would do a hip thrust just like that, or either of the machines that I mentioned before. So when it comes to the cues for the hip thrust, Aldo has like a really good 30-second clip that explains it really well. But when it comes to the form for the hip thrust, for myself, I like having a pad that's a little bit angled. The reason why you want to have a pad that's actually angled is because when you're at the top, you want something that stops you from sliding back. So again, the more locked in you're going to be, the more powerful you're going to be able to do the movement. So you actually want to bring your heels as close as you can with the bar. So I like having my heels, like I said, as close as I can, and then I can move them either. If you move your heels back, you're going to hit more hamstring. And then I don't want to say if you're closer, you're going to hit more quads. It's not really a thing. If you feel your quads into your hip thrust, it might just be like a mind muscle connection thing. I recommend to just then, lower the weight. Try to see where your knees goes maybe, and really activate your glutes at the bottom part of the movement. People have this idea that the hip thrust only is beneficial at the top, but there's a really real thing if you're able to control your hip thrust all the way through the positive, the negative, the concentric and the eccentric part, how much recruitment you can actually get from your glutes. So try to focus on that, start squeezing from at the bottom and then all the way up in a very, controlled manner, a very intentional manner. Intentions is the goals all the time. So here, my arms are locked in. I'm not moving the bar. The bar is on my hip. And I'm gonna activate my glutes at the bottom with that contraction. Just squeeze it all the way up. I'm keeping my chin tucked in just to have my abs contracted. And leading with my upper body, dropping my glutes first, my upper body first, and up. Squeeze hard at the top, go to the bottom. Already at exercises number 4, the RDLs. RDLs are a staple of mine. I do them at least once a week. I do either RDLs or stiff leg deadlift. I don't really know. I know the difference, but they always end up being RDLs just because of how my body is, how tight I am in my lower back, how much recruitment that I need for for my glutes and my hamstrings. So I'm going to show you guys how to engage more of your glutes during your RDLs. I'm going to showcase them today with the dumbbells, but you can do them with the Smith machine. You can do them on a landmine machine, landmine style. I love using landmine actually because I can just cross my fingers like this and hold the bar in the middle and push myself and bring myself back in. You can do them on the cables. You just, again, want to stay really locked in with your, your feet grounded, because all the movement goes through your feet and then everything goes through your hips. So here, again, I'm gonna have the same stance that I explained earlier with the squat. So it's right about under your armpits, you guys. Right here, I'm gonna have my dumbbells right in front of me. I normally, if I don't want to grip the dumbbell really hard, I just kind of let them fall like this. It really doesn't change anything on the load. It's just easier on my wrist, to be honest. So here, as I'm standing, I'm gonna start hinging, and I don't start going down. Just see what I'm saying. I'm starting to hinge. So basically just trying to drive my hips back as much as I can, almost in a fall, like I'm almost falling down motion. And once you find that stretch, like now it's stretching from literally all of my upper glutes all the way down to like the back of my knees. And that's it. You don't need to go all the way down. You don't need to step on steppers and go all the way down, because it doesn't mean you have more range of motion, that you have more recruitment. You want to stay in that range of tension, right? So find your range of tension. Again, if I'm working out and I haven't had a body work in a long time, my range of motion, my range of tension, it might be different. It might be right here because I'm super tight from everywhere. Today, it's pretty good. I can go all the way down here, but just respect that, because that's how you protect yourself and prevent injuries. So again, here, that's gonna be my range of tension. And from here, I'm just gonna drive my hips back towards the mirror, lead the way with just driving my glutes back. You see how the dumbbells, I'm not holding the dumbbells closer to me or further away from me. They're just right here where they're supposed to be and falling. And here it's just, it really just is a hip motion. So here, pushing my hip back, 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 and forward. See that I don't release here. I don't release. I would never release, actually. That's what I'm trying to say. Here, but you also don't want to drive it all the way through, because that extra doesn't really do anything for you. So we are at our very last exercise of this workout. So if you had a glute workout, that would be honestly what I would recommend to any and everyone. If you do that workout with anywhere from 3 to 4 sets of each exercises, between 15 to 20 reps or 10 to 15 reps for each exercise that I just mentioned, your glutes will grow. Your glutes will grow. And that's basically, again, what I've done for the last 10 years of my life. So we're gonna finish off with some kickbacks. I either start with kickback or I finish with them. So today we're gonna finish with them. If you're in a rush, and unilateral movement can take a little bit more time, because you have to do 15 reps on one side and then 15 reps on the other side, instead of just doing one time 15 reps, right? So instead of having 6 reps, you're actually having 3 reps. Instead of having 6 sets, you have 3 sets total. So if you're in a rush, I would just recommend to do the reverse hypers on the Smith machine. Probably gonna plug in a video, but you guys have probably seen it on my Instagram as well. I love that exercise, but I do feel like I need someone to help me with just, the bar on the Smith machine. If you don't have anyone, just do those kickbacks. They work really well. So I'm gonna bring this down, put some ankle straps. So, you know, the intentions are the same. When you're doing your kickbacks, I say before your workout or after. If you do them before, it normally works as activation. So you can actually like progressively overload on them. But then when you're at the end of your workout, just go right into the, you know, the weight that you can actually do. You might be a little bit even tired from your entire workout. So they're just very complementary and obviously more of an isolation exercise that I feel that you need. See, I don't think there's a place for a workout that only has compounds. And I don't think there's a place for a workout that only has isolation exercises. You always want to have a little bit of everything. So again, the workout that I just dropped on you guys, these 5 exercises, if you don't have them in your workout, just start right now. It's going to change your life. So here, the most important thing I think about a kickback, whatever, if you do them crossover, like I love to do that. I've been doing this for a very long time, but you can do them, you know, regular. You can do them on the side. It doesn't really matter. You just really want to stay locked in. This part right here has to like, do not move. Do not create momentum from your lower back. This is not an exercise, again, that you want to put weight on. I have about 20 pounds right now, and that's more than enough for me to do what I need to do. So just a little tip here. When you start the movement to engage your glute, I recommend to just try to push on the ground. So if you want to, if your leg is a little bit long, you can actually put a stepper on the other foot right here. So that way you can actually really have that impression of like pushing in the ground. And from this, it's gonna help you just lead the movement right where you feel it, right here, right where it connects. And then drive it down, again with the same intention of just pushing your leg through the ground and pushing it away, 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 right where it starts squeezing, right here. Do them mindfully, and once you understand the range of motion and your form is on point, then you can have some more confident reps. Now on to the next leg. So when I do unilateral exercises that are like this, it's not really taxing overall cardio-wise, so I can really jump right into the next leg. If you're doing a split squat, a Bulgarian split squat, you know, with heavy weight, when it's like, you know, taxing on your cardio, it's a more taxing exercise, you can actually rest between your 2 legs. So let's say I would do, you know, my set, my 12 to 15 reps on that leg is on a split squat. I would rest for 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, switch leg to my other leg. All right, you guys, so I'm going to wrap this video up with a little nutrition insight. If you guys want to grow your glutes, or any body part of your body, but especially your glutes because it's such a big body part, it's such a big muscle into your body, you gotta eat. Nutrition plays a huge role into growing your glutes and rest as well, but let's focus on nutrition. I have some cake here. I just finished working out. It's a good period window if you want to have a bite of cake, if you want to have a bite of cookies. just go for it. I might have just that right now along with some protein. So I have my lean protein, I have some chicken in there and some rice. So I have brown rice because that's what I had, and I throw in some lettuce because that's what I had. So nothing fancy here. You just want something that digests really fast. I like to keep my protein lean after workout, so those protein are digested really quick. You also kind of want to have your carbs that are just a faster carbohydrate with a, you know, a higher GI intake. So a cake, you know, cereals. I'm gonna try to find ways to make it interesting this off season for sure, more than, you know, just brown rice. But that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you apply it. If you do apply it, if you learn anything today, please drop a comment down below. It really helps the channel. I really want to bring more value, especially this off season. It's a different journey for you guys and for me too. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. If you, yeah, that's it. I don't know what I was going to go with that, but I'm gonna get a bite of this and see you in the next one.